A good synopsis on how AI could be used either side. So it's really like when you have your laptop, you can decide to make it useful, or you can make it distractful. So that's all up to the user. So having heard from Esther, because we don't have much time, Mr. Kileo, you've been in the industry of digital forensics, but also specifically on curbing cybercrimes through different initiatives. Can you give us your insights on the dark side of, like using AI to fuel cybercrimes, or the bad use of AI with respect to cybersecurity?
Hello? Engineer Wango, thank you very much. First of all, I think Esther touches both the dark side and the positive side of AI. And putting me on that particular note, I think I cannot emphasize much, but I'll touch only 2 points that I think it's of troubling form currently. One, we have seen a number of growing phishing attacks reaching our doorsteps on our emails that are well sophisticated because of this AI. We have seen AI is currently used by cybercriminals to create very well written phishing attacks that really triggers many people falling victims. And the second thing that I think is of troubling form is that we have seen also AI is being utilized by criminals to generate those deep fakes. In the country, we have seen people creating video, people are doing something that they have never done. I think Esther put it very clear there. We have seen people creating other people dancing while they never danced before. We have seen people taking off other people's clothes and all on Twitter and the likes. So people are utilizing this AI on deepfake of late, and it's something that we really I think that it's one of the very dark side of AI when actually people utilize it in a different ways. So that's how I see, on top or emphasizing what Esther has mentioned during her presentation.
Thank you, Kileo. As a follow-up question, you've mentioned the deepfakes. So deepfakes can be created by AI. So what are the possible solutions towards deepfake now when we're coming to AI again?
Thank you very much, Engineer Wango. A very good question. Actually, as I've said, it's something that we really struggle looking for how we can work around it. And that's why we categorize solution towards that deepfake into 3 forms. One, we emphasize on preventive measures. When we talk about preventive measures, things like, for example, having a communication plan, a crisis communication plans, where if people drag us into misinformation, disinformation through deepfake, then how do you get out of that mess? And of course, we also emphasize on, for deepfake to take place or to take shape, people utilize our images, our voices, like Esther has mentioned, our pictures and so. So how do we share these data on our social platforms? Because when a lot of your data is available out there, then people can utilize those data to manipulate those data through with AI. So we discourage people to overshare if not necessary. That's one thing on preventive measure that we can take on board. But after that, we also look at it in a point of education, the awareness part of it, because we have to teach our people not only to emphasize them not to misuse AI on deepfake, but also how can you recognize deepfake? How can you encourage the story of fact checks? Because if someone created an image or created a video with AI, then how will people recognize easily that this is AI-generated video or image? So the education part of it is also one of the key things that we strongly encourage, not only countries but also organizations to take it very seriously. But also, as you have mentioned there clearly, that AI itself can also be used to combat deepfake. We have a lot of tools currently. I remember the other time I was looking at a Reality Defender, the tool that can help you recognize this is deepfake and this is not. Also, we have heard the gentleman here, those people who are doing the competition this morning. They spoke also of a local solution that will help us not only detect AI, but also probably provide solution because they spoke of also the forensic part of it. So I think we encourage people to put all those measures in place, but the most important part is even yesterday I spoke with a journalist. I mentioned that we are going through election very soon, and deepfake might be well utilized, and even Madam President spoke of it highly during one of the political meetings. So during election, people might start using AI to misinform individuals who are about to do electing their leaders. For example, people may start creating a video saying that I'm no longer contesting for this seat and this and that, many things, or even disrupting other people's reputation and all. So with that, we need to put a lot of emphasis on our media houses as mainstream media to have special program that will now showing people the reality and the things that are not real. That means we call it, for example, Jamii. We have Jamii Check. Yes, we have Jamii Check. So we need more of mainstream media to have this kind of platform where they maybe before news or after news or a special segment where they will now start emphasizing on sharing the fake images that have been spreaded online and the reality part of it as one of the very critical way of combating this growing deepfake that are fueling misinformation and disinformation in the country.
Yeah, this is wonderful insights. That's a very good bird eye view of how to target the deepfake. And Esther, please, can you comment on what are your insights in curbing challenge of deepfakes in the country?
So deepfakes is a bigger problem than we assume it is, yeah? Imagine for industries like insurance or financial institutions that rely heavily on images and videos to make decisions such as claims. Now through deepfakes, someone can create a fake car accident, a fake ship accident, and then ask for claims. So how are we protecting ourselves from that? And our innovators, what are we doing as innovators in AI to come up with solutions that combat deepfakes, especially in industries that rely heavily on images and videos to make decisions such as insurance?
Thank you, Esther. Just as a follow-up, pushing on, you mentioned the innovators. and we've had several of them pitching today, which later on we'll have announcements on the winners. But what would you advise now the innovators with respect to the challenges in cybersecurity? For example, the issue of like the program poisoning. So thank you. So they may have very good solutions, but maybe the objective may not be met just because there was a loophole or an attack or something. So what would you advise them so that they have very secure and profound solutions going forward?
I would advise them to go back to the basics. So the basics are security by design, yeah? So as you're building your solution, you must make sure that security is part of the process. As you're designing your, whether it's AI or not, solution, you make sure that you are considering security from the get-go. And another advice I would like to give to our innovators is most of us say our biggest challenge is capital. So I need to pose a challenge to you. What is that punishment that's given for people to, like, their heads are being cut? What's the name of that punishment? It's called capital what? So sometimes when you say, I don't have capital, it means you don't have what? Head, you don't have brain. I heard this saying from a Nigerian friend. So most of the time, we usually need capital when we're scaling and not when you're starting, especially in tech. In tech, if you're a good programmer, if you have your laptop, that is capital enough, yeah? So let us stop with this ideology that to start, I need capital. No, your capital is this one. It's your brains, that's your capital. Scaling, yes, scaling requires a lot, so yeah, that can need capital. Thank you.
Yeah, so I saw Mr. Kileo, it's like you got tempted. Do you want to add something on the advice to innovators? You can try to use that one. I see it has a green color. Yes.
Two things that I always emphasize, that if we do that properly, then our brains across different universities can be able to perform better, can be able to come up with the very good solutions that will tackle challenges that currently face our countries and, of course, the global at large. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kileo. So, Kileo, you have turned to the government and the donors and the other angel investors. But Esther, you straight away talk to the innovators heart to heart, telling them should think out of the box, not run to capital. And if you analyze it mostly, you'd find that capital is least of the worries. So it's mostly having, being creative and innovative around that. So now I'll turn on to my audience and call upon if you have a question. I think I'll take only 2 questions, if there'll be any. Is it that I can't see or there's no hand? Thank you very much. So just 30 seconds for each. One last word so we can wrap up. Start with Mr. Kileo.
Thank you very much. I think as we have seen from the title itself, AI can be utilized to help us do a lot of things when it comes to cybersecurity. But at the same time, AI can be weaponized and cause a tremendous destructive power to our critical infrastructure, information, and the likes. So what I normally call upon innovators, policymakers, and everyone around us is to work together to make sure that AI is effectively used with our people to perform things that we really want. And as a country, we have taken shape on how we can do better when it comes to not only monitoring, putting a lot of, we are now coming up with the national strategy, the guidelines and the likes to make sure that AI will be used properly within the country. So all these, I think, are the things that we strongly encourage different countries, different individuals, organizations and the likes to think of them so that at least we can be able to utilize this AI for good instead of using it to cause harm that can also bring troubles to yourself when you are caught and put you to judgment. So I think that's my call as I wind up this panel session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kileo. Esther, your final word?
So as we gear up towards elections, I'd like to advocate for responsible and ethical use of AI. Let us not use AI for bad. Let us not use AI to put others down or create deepfake images that can cause misinformation and disinformation. Let us uphold to our culture and use AI for good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Esther. And that sums up our session. Thank you so much for your attention.